We're continuing our discussion on the case of Steven Avery, the subject of the Netflix series Making a Murderer. Avery was exonerated after being wrongfully imprisoned for 18 years. Sometime after his release, he was then accused of murdering a young photographer. Avery maintains that he was framed by the Sheriff's Department associated with his first arrest. He was suing them, and he made that claim to HLN's Nancy Grace back in 2005.
Mr. Avery, do you feel like you're being framed in any way?
Yes,
Why?
because every time I turn around, the county's always doing something to me.
In this case, do you think you're being framed?
Yeah, I'm being set up because of my lawsuit and everything else.
Because of your previous incarceration, you're suing?
Yeah, and they set me up then.
Well, do you think it has anything to do with her car being found at your auto shop?
No, I think it's because of my name and what I went through from them.
What he went through from them landed them a big suit, and these two know a lot about the case. CNN legal analyst Paul Callan, along with Laura Coates, former assistant U.S. attorney for the District of Columbia. Laura, let me start with you real quickly. We just talked with Steven Avery's, one of his attorneys, about the possibility of this new case that's being launched, a federal case in the case of Brendan, the nephew. Brendan's case is integral to Steven's case. They were co-conspirators. They, allegedly and now convicted of carrying this murder out together. But a federal habeas corpus case based on the statements made by his attorney, very leading statements suggesting this kid was guilty before he'd ever even met with him. What are the chances that will actually get traction?
Well, the statements that he made, I mean, they're very, very incriminating, and they're very bad for Brandon. However, the court's going to look at the overall trial. They're not going to look at an isolated statement. They're going to look at to see if the breadth of the trial reflected whether or not this person had good counsel. Was this counsel fair? Were they loyal to this person? Is it somebody that was trying to actually advocate on behalf of Brandon? And looking at the whole case, I think there may be evidence that he actually was loyal and trying to be an effective counsel for this young man. But you have to get over the hurdle of that confession. That confession is very, very damning, and you have to address that point and whether the lawyer did a good enough job of trying to slice and dice why that was a bad and forced coercion.
Yeah, he'd never even spoken to his client.
Right,
before
he never did.
Said, yeah, clearly he's responsible for this crime. Paul, what about this? If either of these cases ends up back in a courtroom, if either of these cases are successful in a motion for tossing out the verdicts and retrial, ostensibly, there would be a brand new prosecutor because the old one had to step down after some really dirty texting and sexting. I mean, just really filthy stuff. Disgraced. New prosecutor, new mindset among the electorate that elects prosecutors. Would it make a difference?
I don't know, because bear in mind that Avery had a very favorable sort of mindset from his jurors going in because they had reversed the other conviction, the previous one, and everybody knew the sheriff's office framed him in that. So now he's going to say, I got framed twice. In a lot of respects, that's a harder defense to sell. And so this case is so interesting. I fully understand why people are obsessed with it.
And obsession is absolutely the right word. Laura, thank you. Paul, thank you. And call me when you get to that last episode.
All right, I will.
Thanks, everyone, for watching. My colleague Wolf Blitzer starts right now.